I know we're all in tank mode and the Raptors do another elite job of that tonight. But there's one word to describe what my eyes were seeing. And that's nasty. The Raptors lose an old school game 99-85 to the Milwaukee Bucks. And you can't sit here and tell me that the NBA is just not in a bad spot right now. People are going to say, what are you talking about? What excites people most when you watch a basketball game? I'm not talking about, late game heroic. No. What is the most exciting play in basketball? It's a dunk. Bruno Fernando putting Giannis on a poster today was fun to watch. But watching the Milwaukee Bucks take 56 threes, 56, and they were no good at it. They were 16 for 56, less than 30%. Just nasty basketball all around. Just no fun to watch at all. And as I mentioned off the top, the Raptors continue their elite job of tanking as they now fall to 2-10 on the season. Going into play today, we heard the news about no Damian Lillard. Then we get the news, Immanuel Quickley. He'll be reevaluated in a week after he sustained a partially torn UCL in his left elbow. Where did this thing come from? It is elite tanking from by the Toronto Raptors. You heard no Dame? And they're like, all right, no IQ. And the Raptors lose by 14. 99-85. Ugly basketball all around. Gradey Dick had 32 of the 85. You want to hear some other crazy stuff? Gradey Dick had 16 free throw attempts. 16! You want to know what the rest of the Raptors team combined for? Gradey had 16 free throws, okay? Every other player that played tonight had a combined 4 free throw attempts. And it was Davion Mitchell and Jakob Poeltl. Other than Gradey today, and I love the energy from Bruno Fernando, I mean, my God, that was awful. RJ was forcing things to no end. 7.7 boards on 3 of 14 shooting, 1 of 5 from 3, had 5 turnovers, was a minus 23. RJ was no good tonight. Probably one of his worst games as a Raptor. And Gradey had an incredible first half. But then you notice as the second half starts to go, the shot selection starts to get worse, and then he's just starting to chuck shots up. Ended the game with 32, 5, and 3, which is outstanding. Shot 7 of 20, was 4 of 10 from 3, 14 of 16 from the free throw line. The 7 of 20 was no good. Again, like a lot of the shots late in the ball game. He took one like fading corner 3 where he was almost falling into the seats. I'm like, it's not a good shot. Tried the up and under layup that he kind of fired up in the air and didn't get it to go. Just not a good shot selection in the second half from Gradey, but he was the only thing watchable tonight. But I loved Bruno Fernando. Again, if you guys watch my preseason stuff, I didn't want to see him play, and through the first couple of games, I didn't want to see him play. But this was his best game as a Raptor, no doubt. 17 minutes, he had 8 points, 12 rebounds, somehow shot 4 of 9 from inside the paint, but had 2 blocks in the game, and put a poster of Giannis Antetokounmpo on the floor. I mean, fun, entertaining, the bench loved it. I loved it, because, my God, it was just horrific basketball otherwise. The Raptors, what'd they shoot from 3? 9 for 25, which is 36%. Was it 4 of what? Was it 4? Right. 4 were Gradey, 2 for Ochai, 1 for RJ, and 2 for Chris Boucher. That's it. And the fact that the Bucks took 56 threes is nuts. It's crazy. It's such a watered down product. Just chuck up threes. Just chuck up threes. How entertaining is that? It's really not. I had to put that out there because it was bugging the hell out of me watching this. All right? I don't want to talk about this anymore because they're now 2-10. And I want to move on. Because they've now lost, what is it now, 5 straight? 4 straight? 5 consecutive games now they've lost. And their next contest is not until Friday night, where they host the Detroit Pistons, who beat the Miami Heat in overtime tonight. And the Detroit Pistons are actually 5-7. They are not horrific. However, if you're the Raptors, you can't trust the Pistons to be a great team. So, if you want to, you got to find a way to lose to that team. And tonight was an elite tank game, right? Going into play today, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams in the NBA with only 2 wins. One of which being the Toronto Raptors, and one of which being the Milwaukee Bucks. They now get their 3rd victory, and the Raptors still stuck at 2. I can't believe I'm talking like this, but with the way this draft is looking at moving forward, and where this team is at health-wise, and they're not going to win anything, so what the hell's the point? So enjoy the games that are good and fun and entertaining. Like watching Gradey today was great. Watching the Clippers game was fun. But you lose, and that's okay. And I hate thinking that way. But for this team to be great, you need talent. And with this draft, we've all heard about it. Especially at the top, where every team at the bottom of the standings is trying to capture the flag. All right, so guys, that is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and not the game, because good Lord, who could have liked that? Hit the like button, do appreciate that. This is, by the way, shout out to Gary Trent Jr. Good to see him back. Obviously, did he play? I don't think he played today, did he? Hold up. Gary Trent, he played 5 minutes. So there's that for GTJ. But good to see him. Obviously, I wouldn't say a beloved Raptor because he was dealt for Norman Powell, and there was a little bit of, people wanted more from Gary. They wanted more, right? He was a younger guy when he got here. Didn't really grow that much. But, again, loved him while he was here. Had some good moments. The team was no good, though, unfortunately. And it is what it is. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed it. The subscribe button if you guys not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from the game? For the Toronto Raptors, Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys Leafs edition tomorrow night, second night of a back-to-back, as they're in Washington, taking on the Capitals at 7:30. And as for the Raptors, their next game is Friday night as they host, right? We're coming back home finally. Oh, it's a back-to-back, Friday, Saturday. Lovely. Friday, taking the Detroit Pistons at Scotiabank Arena at 7 o'clock on the Friday night. And then 8 o'clock Saturday night, the Boston Celtics are in town. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so guys, thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and not this game today. Talk to you guys then.